The room had finally fallen into darkness as the teen made her way into bed for the night. It was decorated typical to any 17-year-old girl. Pink walls surrounded the white furniture adorned with wooden flowers and petals. Photos of the family dog and special moments with friends framed all along the walls, spaced out evenly. A single mirror lined with small mementos hung in the corner, awaiting to judge its next onlooker. Posters of her favorite celebrities hung on the wall, idols she had planned to aspire to be like. The room was clean, neat, good girl. But the best feature of all was the little lock on her door that she religiously secured every night before bed. Her fear of intrusion, my Sunday night. What she thought she had locked out, she had just locked in. Putting on her headphones, she crawled into bed as I waited patiently in the closet for my prey. Time felt frozen here. My senses heightened. I could hear my heart beating. Could anyone else hear it too? It's difficult to tell whether I'm hearing my own pulse or the blood pumping through the veins of my victim. At this point, I'm barely containing the predator. Satisfied that she was finally in a deep, musically induced sleep, I exited her closet and stood in the middle of the room, appearing like a magician on stage. I gently took my seat at the foot of her bed. And so, closing my eyes, my ritual began. I can smell the cool breeze coming off the foggy lake in my childhood backyard. The birds chirping their song, the wooded area lathered in fungi and dew. Funny how this beauty contradicts my insidious nature. And it is just that, my nature. I am 11 again. The family cat we've had for 6 years lay in my lap. As I sit here holding my furry friend, something begins to tug at my subconscious. Something I must release. A predator clawing its way out of the deep recesses of my mind. I feel my eyes fall into an empty gaze. My hand slide to its neck just above his collar. I squeezed with a grip tighter than I believed possible. Euphoria takes over as its lifeless body takes rest. I look up with eyes renewed. The sky is red. The ground is red. My hands are red. My first kill. I feel nothing except hunger. A desire I may never satisfy. I am unable to feel guilt. I am human, but only in appearance. You see who I allow you to see. My mask only comes off to those who think I'm wearing one. I am not angry. I am not manic. I am your neighbor. I am your friend. I am you. Stripped of emotion, stripped of a conscience. I am as perfect as a fictile rose, but just as cold and fake. And you will never see me coming. I open my eyes. I look around her room one last time. My eyes traced every corner until I came upon the mirror. I am not stunned by the empty gazed reflection, although I can see myself. I am simply not there. I notice the tug, the pink walls shifting to crimson. This is my ritual. My hands found their target around her neck. With experienced accuracy, I squeezed the appropriate arteries. Her eyes burst open in horror, unable to scream through the pressure surrounding her throat. I always wonder what they're thinking in this moment, what they're really thinking. How many of them want to tell me they trusted me? How many of them just shocked by my presence? With the release of my grip, her eyes slowly rolled to one side. I retrieved her single pearl necklace around her neck, my trophy. I silently exited the way I entered, as music drifted silently from her bed. Clean, neat, red. Although short, the drive home is complicated. I am consumed with silence. I desperately long for the sounds of blood pumping through veins, but the predator is satisfied, for now. It won't be long before I begin to feel him clawing at my insides. It won't be long before I feel his fingers clicking through my brain. Until then, my mask must return. I enter my suburban house quietly. I don't want to wake the baby. The next ritual begins. Upstairs, my wife sleeps. I kiss her cheek and lay the necklace beside her new gift. "Are you coming to bed?" she asks so sleepily. Oh, so blinded by her emotions for me. I lie. I tell her I love her. I tell her what I always tell her. I'll be up for a while. I just have a few more papers to grade.